month ago when I told you about the NHS Track and Trace app? Yeah, I have updates. Hello everyone, welcome back to Rock Security, where you can learn how to protect yourself online. If you're new here, my name is Roxana, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Personal Security. Today we are going to talk about the NHS app. A month ago I did a video about this. It was, hot and cold and stuff like that. Well, guess what? Things are changing. It's gonna be a short video, so stick with me. Let's get into it and break down everything. Before we begin, click subscribe, click the notification bell. It helps me so much. And the notification bell will notify you whenever I post a new video. And sometimes it's a bonus video. I do have some bonus videos for you this month. So click the notification bell and click subscribe. And I post security news, I post personal security, and I have some other tricks up my sleeves this month. Like this video if you like what you hear, and comment down below what you think about this new app and do you have hope over it? First of all, what was wrong with the old app? Well, the authorities are saying that after intense testing in the Isle of Wight, they discovered that only 1 in 25 contacts were actually registered to the app. The reason why it was only 1 in 25 was because on Apple phones, on iPhones, when you install the app and you turn on Bluetooth, that Bluetooth will not stay on all the time because Apple has developed their software that doesn't allow apps to keep sending signals, Bluetooth signals, once the phone is locked or once the app is closed. So technically, if you don't have the app open, the app won't actually work how it's supposed to work, which is a major thing because honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't walk around with my phone on the app being like, are there people around me? Are there people around me? No, you walk around with your phone locked in your pocket and you move on with your day. Like, this app is not supposed to you being all the time. It's not like an Uber when you follow the Uber on the map, which is really entertaining. Haven't done it in a while. It's not like that. You just want to have it in your pocket and move on with your day. So that's a massive limitation. And two, it was a centralized system, which I was very much confused last time I filmed this video because it looked like, from what I could find out there from the media and from the government website, it looked like it's gonna be a decentralized system and all the information is gonna be kept on your phone. Well, lies. It's not. It's actually a centralized system and all the information is sent to a specific NHS server that deals with all the data. That's why when I made the video, I said a centralized system, an AI centralized system, analyzes your symptoms and then decides if you are in high risk or not. Bit confusing. It took me a bit to actually understand this time what's the difference, but I'm here, I figured it out. What's the problem? Those are kind of the two major concerns, and it's a major thing because 1 in 25, that's nothing compared to everything else that the app needs to gather. Well, they're introducing a new approach based on the Apple-Google approach. At the beginning of the pandemic, Apple and Google, rivals, have decided to form an alliance and work on an app that could work on both of their platforms. I think their vision was kind of like a worldwide sort of tracking app in which each localized country can tweak their own, they can put their own features and they can put their own, personal touches and their own language and so on. But if you are from Spain and you have the Spain version of the app, and if you are from UK and you have the same version of the app from UK, those apps are technically based on the same system and they can communicate with each other when you go around and travel. Go back to your vacations. Fun things. Well, the government didn't want to do that, but now they do. Now the government has tested the Apple Google approach, and they have some problems with it because they can't calculate the proximity between two phones through Bluetooth. But the NHS app can do that. But you can only do that on 1 and 24/5. So because Apple is refusing to take that feature out of their iPhones, I'm happy about. I'll give you my thoughts at the end because of privacy. So the UK government has to work with Apple and Google to figure it out. And this new system is a decentralized system in the sense of all the data is stored on the phone. Nothing goes to the cloud other than one particular identifier key. What are the two main differences of this app? The first difference is the centralized system. I'm gonna put them in here for you. The centralized system sends the key identifier that I talked about in my previous video. If you haven't watched that, I do recommend watching that just to understand how the app works. The fine details, I'm explaining them now, but the overall details and how you interact with that app and so on, I've explained in my previous video. So I'm gonna link it down below and up here. This video is just an update, a quick popping on here update. Please do watch that so you can understand more the security behind it. It's not 100% true, but I prefer you to watch that and to understand the basics of it, and then come back here, watch this and see what's updated from it. Okay? So the centralized system is technically sending to the cloud the key as well as other interaction data like the proximity and so on. I've talked about it in my previous video. The decentralized system, the Apple Google system, technically only sends the key. So just a random number, it sends to the cloud. That's the first difference. The second difference is the centralized system, when it's sending all that data to the main server decides who is in higher proximity, for how long. It takes all the data and it processes it, and it makes a decision, and then it sends notifications back to you. The decentralized system doesn't. The decentralized system, every single day, your phone will download from the cloud a set of keys that are reported as infected from your area. It's not from all over the world. It's just from your local area. And if it matches to the keys that it stores in the phone makes the decision. The phone makes the whole decision if you need to get notified or if you don't need to get notified to go and stay home and isolate yourself for 14 days. So the main difference between these systems is the fact that the centralized system, the decision is made in the cloud and then you get notified, and in the decentralized system, the decision is made on your own particular phone. On top of that, Apple has promised that they are trying to work to make this app capable to be implemented to older phones as well. So they are trying to make it as broad and as inclusive as possible. What are my thoughts about it? I think that they're getting there. The Evening Standard has wrote an article about this, as many other publications, and they've asked some experts to talk about if this change was inevitable or not. David Richards, the CEO and co-founder of distributed computing specialist WANdisco, said, not opting for a decentralized model from the start, this model set out a whole project to fail. In truth, there was never a chance an effective centralized model would be built in time. In fact, this would be a huge task even for a global tech giant with a fast-tracked supply chain, let alone a heavy bureaucratic organization. I fully agree. There is other limitation when it comes to the centralized system on top of everything else that I've described. Mainly because as a central server, it needs a very, very powerful server and an infrastructure that's a bit insane to think about. Mainly because the amount of data that that system will need to process on a daily basis is extremely big. And as he said, a heavy bureaucratic organization, as far as I know, Don't quote me on this, I might be wrong. But as far as I know, there are a lot of steps that they need to go through, and there are a lot of boxes they need to tick, and there are a lot of signatures they need to have in order for them to actually do something. Whereas in a private company, it's easier to implement certain things. And even for a private company, the centralized system would be extremely hard to do, because an app this complex is very hard to do, mainly because there is a massive privacy issue in it. As much as governments are saying that they're not going to follow you, they're not going to use GPS, they're only going to use Bluetooth and stuff like that. Yes, I do get that, but there's a lot of technological limitations around it. You can't just be like, made an app today. It doesn't work like that. I said it before in my previous video, this is taking a very long time. 1 and 2, Lord Bethel, the junior health minister, told MPs of the Science and Technology Select Committee that the contact tracing app was not the focus of test and trace efforts, by saying, we are seeking to get something for the winter, but it isn't the priority at the moment. When a month ago I said I would have preferred a crappy app at the beginning of this whole thing, and now they try to change the world, I am annoyed. I am extremely annoyed, because the UK government came up and were like, no, we're not gonna do what everybody else is doing in the beginning. We want our own app. Why? This is what's happening because you wanted your own app. We don't have one either way. When Apple and Google, two of the biggest giants in technology, are offering you helpful information, what do? You're like, no, we can build our own app. We know things. I also think that this is another reason why they did it, because the decentralized system doesn't store any data, and the government cannot keep any data on any person, which means they don't have statistics on anything. Well, sorry, but you don't have any image right now because you didn't implement anything. I'm very annoyed if you can't see that. UK government has failed us. This is what I think about it. I'm annoyed. We still don't have an app. There's still a lot of privacy issues. I still think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done on the back technology of it, especially because Apple has a lot of limitations, and this is why I like Apple, because it has a lot of limitation because of their privacy, and they make it a point to keep their privacy as the best privacy in technology. I'm annoyed. I wish they would have done it faster. I wish a lot of things. They haven't done anything, and we are still fairly tiptoeing around this virus. I will make another video as we go along, as we find more. It might be winter by that time. Let me know down below if you want a review on the app when it comes out, if it comes out. Thank you for watching, everyone. Don't forget to stay safe, take care of yourself, take care of your devices and your privacy online. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video and comment down below. Follow Rock Security on Instagram. I post more things and more security news in there and more information in there, and we're trying to build that up. But please don't forget to subscribe. It helps this channel a lot, and it helps me to bring you more and more and more information. I'll see you next time. Bye.